bittersweet. I'm glad you're here so that we can chat, but also I've loved you in the house. So,
Thank you.
So it's you know, kind of good and bad for me personally. But are you gutted to be out? We did see you say quite a lot in the first couple of weeks. You want to go, you want to go, you feel like leaving. But recently, you wanted to stay. You were waging war on James.
I don't even remember going into the house. I went into the house, like, drunk.
Bit of Dutch courage.
Yes, I've come out very strong and I've come out sober. It's been like rehab.
We do like to think of ourselves like that, Kelly.
And I've learnt a lot about myself and I've learnt to accept myself, and I really hope the British public have learnt a lot about the transgender issue and they will accept me and respect me when I go out into the public, and not only me, respect other transsexual people. I
think you've done a lot for that. I really, really do. It was an extremely brave thing for you to do, going into the house at all. So what have the last 19 days been like for you? They've
been interesting. Like, Dee's been fantastic with me. Lauren's been fantastic. You know, she's going to take me on a few nights out. I think there's a little bit of an age gap, but I'm going to go because I'm going to enjoy it.
Has it helped you with your journey of discovery and the journey that you're on?
I've come out feeling completely fulfilled. I've buried a lot of Frank. I want to keep a little bit of Frank, but the arrogant side of him that sort of appeared a couple of times when I got mad with my little friend Leslie, when I got mad with Frenchie, and I'm really looking forward to joining up with Frenchie and Leslie in the next couple of days and having a night out with them.
Good. Because Frenchie, she was here the other night and she said that she is going to rip London up.
I believe that of Frenchie.
Yeah, I believe it as well. You received 5 nominations this week. Were you shocked by any of them and the people that gave them?
No, I mean, a couple of them kept using the same one, that I wanted to get out of the house. And I accept the first week, 7 or 8 days, I pleaded with Big Brother to open the door to let me run out. I couldn't handle it. But I grew in confidence. I grew with the support of the other housemates, and they helped me through it, and they helped me learn a lot about myself. And
well, it must have been a huge adjustment for you.
Yeah, for 2 years, I've totally lived a very private life, very quiet. The only people in my life have been my family and my dogs, who I've missed very much, and I'm glad that I'll be able to walk them for hours like I used to.
Kelly, we saw you talking to them in the pod. We saw that happen. Right, somebody we have to talk about is James. You've had quite a difficult relationship with him recently. Before we talk about him, let's have a look at the two of you. So, he is a character that divides opinion. How would you describe James?
I think he's actually a lost soul. Today we had counselling. And
oh, we haven't seen that yet.
So,
no, it's fine. You can talk about that. You can talk about that.
And James actually admitted that he does have a problem being accepted because he was a dancer. And I actually said in the counselling, James, there's a lot of Frank Maloney in you. Because of my gender issues, I was fighting all the time. I was arrogant. I wanted to be the kingpin. And he actually admitted, being a dancer, that he was called a lot of names, that he was criticised growing up. And before I left, well, after the first eviction, he came up to me and gave me a cuddle and said, do you know what, you're an amazing person, Kelly. Things that's happened in the house have just been in the house. I really would like to meet you outside. We shook hands and we buried the hatchet, not in each other.
That was just before you left?
Yes.
But so why do you think he's being like that in the house, but he wouldn't be like that outside of the house? Do you think that... Is he being Mr Nasty in the house as a character, do you think?
Well, I think if he was voted out tonight, the house would be so peaceful, there'd be no nasty person in there. Gary's a little bit nasty. I think Gary's very diplomatic the way he's playing the game. You know, out of everyone, I think Gary is the most disliked out of all the housemates by the housemates, which is a sad thing to say, but he is quite rude. He has upset a lot of people. James is just James. You know, he might come out a better person, like I'm coming out a better person.
Right. So do you think the experience will change him? You've said that you had a counselling task today, which we haven't seen yet. So do you think that task may help him?
Yeah, I hope so. You know, he's got to bury a lot of aggression he's got in him, a lot of wanting to be the top dog. I mean, he's in there with 2 boys that are very funny and are young and trendy. Yeah. And in a way, he wants to be like them, but you know, he's 36, 37. He's got to grow up.
We're all getting on, aren't we? We've all got to grow up.
I'm getting younger. The hormones are working wonders.
Good. It all kicked off the other day in the survey task.
Did it? Oh.
Do you not remember the survey task?
I can't remember. It was quite a blur, a lot of issues in there.
We saw that tonight, so that was yesterday for you. And he seemed quite brutal. You know, when you had to write down what you thought about people, and then decide whether you would acknowledge that it was you or not.
Yeah.
Watching it, it seemed pretty full on. What was it like being in there with it, and how is it now afterwards?
Well, it's all quieted down, but he showed one side of being a bully because he made, I believe he made that remark about me using my gender issue to be, which is a total lie, and being bitchy. I've never used my gender issue as to gain support in the house. I can honestly say that. But he made a remark about the one about Lauren getting her out and things like that. And he actually came up, because he realised after he came up and made the peace with...
He did apologise to
Yes, yes.
He wasn't
brave enough to stand up and face it. That is the mentality of a bully. And unfortunately, you know, unless he changes, he will have a bully's attitude all the time.
Why do you think he didn't apologise to you or Audley?
Because
he said it to your face, maybe?
Yeah, but I still think he was one who made the remark about me being bitchy and didn't stand up to that. Whatever I said, I stood up to everybody. You know, I don't have a problem. If you write something, you've got to be able to stand up and be woman enough or man enough to be counted. So, you know, everything I said, I stood up and said it.
Yeah, said it to people's faces.
Yeah.
OK, let's move on to how you got on in the house. All your other housemates, we talked about James quite a lot, and with Stephanie we talked about Gary quite a lot. In the diary room, you said that quite a few of your housemates had helped you. Who do you think helped you the most?
I think Dee, Lauren and Adele were very helpful.
We saw you a lot with Dee. What is it about her, do you think? Why did you click?
She's got this sort of... she's a bit younger than me, but I like to think she's older than me.
She's very motherly, isn't she? She's nurturing.
She's very motherly, and she's fantastic. She held the house together. I think there's a lot more of Dee that the public are not seeing. She's a very nice person, and she cares about all the house people.
I think that's coming across. It's definitely coming across. You also said that the girls had really helped you. In what way? Well,
they've helped me accept myself. They taught me about doing my nails, Lauren helped me so much with my makeup.
We saw Lauren doing your makeup.
Yeah, and, you know, she said, we're going to go out and, you know, build a friendship when we come out, and I really appreciate that. Yeah. It's been really helpful. She talked to me about dating and things like that, which is a little bit off my agenda at the moment. But...
all in good time, Kelly, all in good time.
But, yeah, they were all fantastic. To be honest, all the housemates were good. Adele was lovely as well. I mean, she's a very sweet girl.
Are you happy that you did it?
When I went in, I wasn't. I am now. As I said, I went in...
You did seem petrified when you went in.
I don't even remember talking to him, I'm sorry.
No, I know, but even when you got in there, I was just like, oh, no, bless her. She's going to be OK.
Yeah, I think I would have probably been better if I went in there 6 months down the road, but I've done it, and I've come out a very strong person, and my character's been built.
Good. Kelly, thank you so much. You've been absolutely brilliant, and I do think you have helped teach a lot of people who've been watching, so thank you.
Thank you.
Here are your best bits.